Hi, I'm Eric with Cali on the Water. Today we're going to talk about the different type of dock lines and which one is best for you. There are several things to consider when choosing a dock line, depending upon the type and size of your boat and the conditions you'll be boating in. We've come up with a general guideline for what diameter dock line you will need based on the length of your boat and expected conditions on the water. If you will encounter extreme weather, then you'll want to size up to the next diameter for added protection. As you can see, for boats up to 25 feet, we recommend a 3/8 inch diameter dock line. For boats up to 35 feet, we recommend a 1/2 inch. For boats up to 45 feet, we recommend a 5/8 inch diameter. And for boats up to 55 feet, we recommend a 3/4 inch diameter dock line. It's important to note that we are primarily basing this guideline on 100% nylon material for dock lines, with a preference towards double braided 100% nylon dock lines, which are the strongest material. Welcome to another episode of Cali on the Water, where we focus on all aspects of life around the water and topics of interest for our boating community. We're based in Southern California and can often be seen boating along the West Coast. We cover boating topics, product reviews, special events, and coastal cities that are interesting to visit from a boater and traveler standpoint. Whether you are new to boating or are a seasoned boater, you'll find something of interest and hopefully learn something new. We'll bring you best practices in boating to help sharpen your skill level and protect your investment. We'll also review boating and traveling products so that you can make an informed decision for your next purchase. As fellow boaters, we know that your time is valuable, so we do our best to give a research overview for each episode to make the best use of your time. If there are boating and traveling topics you'd like us to cover, please feel free to email us at calionthewater@gmail.com. We hope you enjoy our channel. There are 3 primary materials for dock lines, and possibly even a 4th for a special situation. Each have different performance characteristics. The preferred material for most boaters is going to be the double braided nylon. This material gives the best overall durability, strength, and UV stability. It comes in a variety of diameters, lengths, and colors, with the greatest product offering out of all the dock line materials, giving you the most choices. When we compare materials for dock lines, we often use the term breaking strength. The greater the breaking strength of a dock line, the higher the working load that you can use every day in day-to-day operations. Let's review this chart on the breaking strength for dock line materials provided by Direct to Boater for this update. As you can see, the higher the diameter of the dock line, or the greater the diameter, the greater the breaking strength. Each dock line material has a different set of breaking strengths. The length of the dock line does not impact its breaking strength or working load. There's an interesting new development in double braided nylon dock lines, and that is adding a reflective material to the line itself. And you can see in this particular line, hopefully it shows up here on the camera, but you see these angled threads throughout the dock line. And that actually is the reflective material. And as the light hits it, it then bounces off and then shows you that material. But it does bounce the light off. So these reflective dock lines, they reflect a light source in low light conditions. So when it's dusk or dark outside and a light source is available, like a flashlight or a lantern or just any type of boat light that's being pointed in the direction of the reflective dock line, you'll be able to see that it's there, where currently most dock lines you can't see in the dark. This reflective feature increases the safety factor around your boat, especially in low light conditions for friends and family who may not be as familiar with the location of your lines as you are. The breaking strength and working load remains the same. The reflective material is just added to the dock line. The next kind of material for dock lines is 3-strand twisted nylon dock lines. These dock lines are a little less expensive than double braided and are typically white in color. They provide a little bit more elasticity and shock absorption to create a flex in the line. So they are often used for harbor docks where there's a surge from tides and boat traffic. I went ahead and unraveled this 3-strand twisted line for you. This typically sealed off at the end on both sides. And it literally is just the 3 strands that are wound together to form the dock line. And one of the advantages of this is that it's a little bit more elastic and shock absorbent than, say, maybe the double braided nylon or the other choices. The strength's a little bit less, but it's still 100% nylon material, so the strength is still good overall. But that's what it looks like. They're literally just 3 strands that are wound together, and that's what forms the dock line and then sealed on both sides. So let's review our chart for breaking strength and working load so we can compare it to our strongest option, which is the double braided nylon. Since it's still 100% nylon, the values are good, but just not quite as high as the double braided nylon, though the overall durability would be better in the double braided nylon, just due to the braid and weave of the material. However, these 3-strand twisted nylon lines also provide great resistance to wear and tear, and they provide decent UV stability. I guess the main benefits, they tend to be a little bit more affordable, and they're still strong and still 100% nylon. The next material for dock lines is polypropylene. This is the least expensive material, and is usually reserved for smaller boats and personal watercraft like jet skis, and also a popular option for kayaks. Polypropylene floats, so it's a popular feature for personal watercraft, so they know where the line is in the water. Polypropylene lines come in a variety of lengths and colors. But just so you know, it has the least amount of durability and UV stability out of the dock line materials. So I'd only expect maybe 1 or 2 boating seasons out of it, depending upon the use. Let's look at the breaking strength chart compared to the other dock line materials so you're aware. One option that's also maybe a 4th option dock lines is polyethylene. The polyethylene is typically used for small watercraft and smaller dinghies. But it has a unique feature, and that's where, let's see here. Here we go. So here's the polyethylene bungee dock line. Show that to the camera. And this is kind of a unique material. Again, I use it for smaller boats, kayaks, BWCs, small dinghies. However, it does have a breaking strength of about roughly 4,000 pounds would be the max. So here's a unique feature about the polyethylene, and that is it stretches. It stretches by about a third of the material. And so, like it says on our package here, if you have the 4-foot length, it stretches to 5.5 feet. So that's about 35%. If you have the 5-foot length, that stretches to 7 feet. And if you have the 6-foot length, it stretches to 9 feet, which is definitely 33% more, right? So where that's an advantage is if you've got a surge and you've got boat traffic or other jet skis going by, it'll stretch and then can recoil, stretch and recoil. So it's a good option that way. I just would not use it on a boat. Most lake boats, anything above that size, I just wouldn't do that. They're too heavy. It's got a cutoff of 4,000 pounds. So that's where you would cut off. But it is an interesting option. And then on both sides of the loops, it has a little plastic piece here. So once you do tie off at the dock, you can then cinch it up and make it tight. So that's kind of a unique feature that you're able to do that with. That's just kind of convenient. And then these 2 yellow pieces of foam, basically they float. So this helps to float the line. You connect it to the back of the jet ski. There's usually a loop right there, or the handle on the kayak, and super easy. So that's kind of an advantage for that. This wraps up our update on dock lines, and hopefully you have more information now to decide which dock line is best for you. Our recommendation is to stay with the double braided 100% nylon dock lines, as they offer the greatest strength, durability, and UV protection. Thanks for watching, and let us know if this information was helpful. Please remember to like and subscribe so that you'll be notified on future updates. Please feel free to reach out for us on future topics that you'd like us to cover at callionthewater@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time along the coast.